UX slogan number 17 is a bit of a long one and kind of a nerdy joke, and it goes, "This is too easy to understand," said no one ever. The joke here is that nobody ever uses a digital product and says, "You know what, this was just too simple, too straightforward, too easy." I've conducted hundreds of user research sessions in my career, and I promise you, I have never heard a participant say that. There's always something that we can do to improve the experiences we create. Our work is never done. But to me, I find that this slogan is particularly relevant for content design, especially if your content is targeted at people with expertise in a specific subject. For example, a medical reference website that's read by doctors, or a government agency that publishes scientific findings and data for scientists to read. Sometimes content creators in those situations will worry that they can't make their content too easy to read. Their fear is that their highly educated, highly specialized readers will take offense at their content if it isn't challenging enough to read. In our research, we find that the opposite is true. Often, when digital products have a tone of voice that sounds like it's just trying too hard to sound smart, that just comes off as pretentious. And remember, people who have advanced degrees, they might be capable of reading very challenging content, but that doesn't mean that they want to. If you're writing digital content on a specialized topic, you may have to use advanced terminology. For example, if I'm writing for those doctors, I might have to use the term cardiovascular. But it's always crucial to write for your audience. If I'm writing for doctors who will know that term, then that term doesn't count as jargon in that context. However, you can still use the principles of plain language while also using technical terminology. Maybe I'll use the term cardiovascular, but I'll look for other places in my content where I could simplify unnecessarily grandiose language. Maybe, for example, instead of writing the word utilize, I'll say use. Maybe I'll cut unnecessary text so it's less for my doctors to process. And maybe I'll also try to use shorter sentences where I can. The key is to always be looking for places to simplify, whether it's in your content or the product as a whole. Remember, nobody ever says, "This is too easy."